Yo, what's going on, everybody? You get the Go for Two show here on a Wednesday night at 7 p.m. A little bit of a different setup tonight. We got four guys in here. We got Austin and we got Peyton, and we got a little special guest for you from over at Ballard Sports Media. We got Christian Ballard in the house.
What's up?
What's up? What's up, Christian? How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. Thank you for having me on the show tonight, and I'm always excited any chance I get to talk up college football, but especially the SEC, man. I'm ready to get into it.
Oh yeah. So, Christian, what team are you a fan of?
Oh, Alabama football for sure, man. I grew up on it, kind of with my parents. They went to school there, and yeah, they just kind of raised me on it. So I took advantage of opportunities. I got to witness probably the greatest run we've ever seen in Nick Saban, and had some bad moments too, like last year, but ride and died with the tide.
Yeah, totally. No, I mean, I think Alabama has a weird spot in Georgia football's in Georgia football's history. We've seen some great stuff. Some great moments in Georgia history have come from the backs of the Alabama Crimson Tide, but also, dude, you guys have crushed us so many times, man. It just ripped our freaking heart out. But I couldn't be more cool to be able to sit down with an Alabama fan and have a conversation about football, because I think at the end of the day, we're all football fans. We're all college football fans. And so as long as we can still sit in here and have a conversation about football, I think everything that's going on in the world regarding the, where we're headed and all that craziness, I think it's just nice to be able to sit down and have a conversation about football and put the team aside and all that good stuff. But yeah, so Christian is here from, I actually met him over on the Uncle Lou show over there. He does a call-in show on Tuesday nights and Thursday nights. So shout out Uncle Lou. What a crazy YouTuber he is. But yeah, just so grateful that Christian decided to sit in and listen to our takes on some of this stuff we got going on tonight. Tonight's show is going to talk about quarterback rankings. And one thing I wanted to preface, if you can't tell from the slide here, I got problems with quarterback rankings. I got serious problems with quarterback rankings. And one of the things I've been trying to talk about is just, as a college football fan, and we go in here and we rank college football quarterbacks, how are we ranking these quarterbacks, right? Are we ranking them off of the talent and what we've seen from them? Or are we going to rank them off of their situation plus their talent? Or are we going to rank them just solely based on what do we think they're going to do within their team? So I will start it off with Christian. Hey, Christian, what do you think about quarterback rankings? Do you think there needs to be some sort of preface before the ranking, or do you think you can just kind of rank quarterbacks based on your opinion? What do you think?
Well, I really think that anybody can rank quarterbacks or any position or do a top 25. Like when it comes to college athletics, but especially with college football, you can rank it however you want to. But I think when you put it out publicly like this, which why would you rank something and not make it public? You got to tell us why you're ranking it and what your purpose is. If I was doing my top SEC quarterbacks, if you did top returning, that's one thing. If you were to rank every SEC potential starting quarterback, if I were to do that, I would do it personally based off just team potential, like what he could do for his team, or I would do it based on talent. I'm more on the potential side of things than I am on talent, but I guess rankings are good or bad depending on what's the purpose behind them.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. And I saw some stuff from there was the guy for Barstool Sports or whatever. He has a podcast or whatever. Not trying to like flame him or anything, but his quarterback rankings for the whole country, he was like, I'm not going to base this off of their situation. but I'm going to give Arch Manning a free pass, and I am going to base it off of the situation. And it's like if you're going to rank them, please rank them based on your criteria and continue to follow through that throughout the whole ranking. Like, don't give out like handouts to your favorite quarterbacks. Like, that was the part that frustrated me and why I kind of sparked this idea of how do we rank quarterbacks and how do we rank positions in general. Like, I think there's a big, like, we could do a ranking on the most impactful players in college football this year. That would be a good ranking, right? That kind of into everything. And so, but I don't know. I think it's interesting. I think people, it's all subjective at the end of the day too. So definitely not trying to force opinions upon people, but just different thought, food for thought. Yes, sir. Austin, what do you think, bro? What do you think about quarterback rankings?
I like them. First of all, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. I was having some problems earlier. James, number one, what was the podcast where the guy was ranking? Was that Unnecessary Roughness, or was that the Barstool podcast we were talking about?
The one with T-Bob and the older guy, and the is the main one. I can't remember.
Is his name Brendan? I think you're talking about Unnecessary Roughness. I think I might listen to that today. But my opinion on quarterback rankings, they're almost always wrong no matter who makes them. To me, it feels like, especially at this point in the year, they're fun, and definitely in the offseason, they're fun to make. But there's a good chance that, all four of us are going to rank these guys. And at the end of the season, all four of us are going to be wrong. But right now, it's definitely a fun conversation to have. And that's the thing is, you talk about the guy on the podcast and he's saying Arch Manning is here and these other guys are over here. Nobody really knows right now. But I definitely like ranking them. So I love them, but I don't put too much stock in them.
Yeah. No, I like that. What about you, Peyton?
Hold on, I'm sorry. My cat is in my book bag right now. Quarterback rankings, I don't know. I don't really know a whole lot about ranking quarterbacks in general. I only really know how to rank teams, I guess. But I guess just to piggyback off of what Austin said, I agree with the fact that nobody's like ever right. Doesn't matter who makes it. Because I feel like potential does matter a lot. But at the same time, like you're saying about Arch Manning, the only snaps that we've seen from Arch Manning were against like UTSA and then Colorado State. But I mean, he had well in those games, but I don't know. Like, I think it's just really hard to gauge anything, especially in this point in time of the year. Like Austin said, I mean, we're still in July, so like nobody really knows anything until December, I guess. But I'm just here for the ride. I'm not gonna have a whole lot to say with it.
No, I think it's good, and I think the main point is just like kind of what Christian said earlier is like we gotta preface the rankings, and we gotta preface what are we talking about? Is this ranking, is there fluidity within the ranking? Is there like what's the purpose? And so I liked the way Christian put it in the beginning. I think that's totally where I was headed with this whole conversation. And one of the things is I want my quarterback ranking to be fluid this year. And so maybe halfway through the year, we can take a look and see if my rankings still stand up to the test of the season so far. But then I'll adjust them accordingly. But yeah, I think we should just jump right into it. Again, these are rankings based off of I want to say just off of what we have seen from these quarterbacks. How good do I think they are based on their throwing ability, their running ability, their ability to make decisions, their ability to win football games for their team. Is the quarterback a winner? I think that's an attribute from a quarterback that's very beneficial. I think quarterbacks have the ability to win football games and lose football games, right? Like Stetson Bennett at Georgia, right? Jalen Milroe at Alabama, they were winning quarterbacks. Right, Jalen Milroe maybe wasn't my most favorite quarterback as like a quarterback prospect, but he won football games. You saw him win against Auburn in the last second, right? So it's just like these clutch moments of these quarterbacks. Where do we think they are just related to those things? So I'll jump right into it. We'll start from the bottom and work our way up through the rankings. But I'll start off with tier number 4. I got these quarterbacks. We haven't seen much from these guys. They're as you can see, most of them are transfers, and the other one's a first year starter. You got Bo Perbula coming out of Penn State. He's a backup. Didn't really play much at all, like no snaps basically at Penn State. We don't really know what he's going to do. I haven't seen anything from him that says he's better than any of the other SEC quarterbacks. So he's starting out in the bottom. I'm sure he will work his way up into the top 10. He'll get himself out of tier 4, probably by halfway through the season. I'm sure. Blake Shapen, again, Mississippi State. I mean, we haven't seen anything from him that says he's an amazing quarterback. The only thing that's keeping him below Austin Simmons is what Austin Simmons did against an NFL defense. And I think Austin Simmons is somebody to watch. Austin Simmons is somebody who's going to be pretty impactful. When you look at it outside of this ranking, I think Austin Simmons has a really great opportunity to play up the list throughout the season. But right now I have him at 14. Joey Aguilar, he's the transfer from App State, transferred to Tennessee after Nico left. Again, we've seen him play football, like meaningful snaps, in the CUSA conference. But how much can we base talent off of playing against the CUSA? And so he had a little bit of a turnover problem, made some bad decisions that, kind of would make me turn my back to him a little bit in regards to quarterback talent. But what do you guys think about tier 4? Does that make sense? Like, does this ranking system make sense to you guys? Because that's the part that I really want to figure out. Like, am I on like another planet, or am I?
No, this makes sense.
As everybody else.
I agree. I agree with the setup for it, like how you rank it. Because I mean, like you said, with guys like Perbula, or however you say it, from Penn State, like, didn't really have much meaningful time. He did okay when he was out there backing up Aller, but again, not a guy that we've seen enough from. I actually cover a little bit of Mississippi State at the Voice of College Football with Mark Rogers, if you guys are familiar with that. And we were talking the other night, me and my co-hosts were talking up, the potential for Blake Shapen, and we think that it's really high, but at the same time, we need to see it first. So I kind of agree putting him at the bottom tier. I don't know if I would put him 14 or 15. I mean, you could. I think you got the right guys at the bottom in tier 4, but because these are the guys in that tier that are like, hey, you could be good, but we haven't seen anything that can say that you are. So I think you got the right guys. I don't know if I disagree with the order, but I think it's something where, you could probably swap them all around.
Right. Yeah. But that's I agreed. And like I said, I want this to be fluid. Like I put asterisks around Austin Simmons just because I don't think he's going to be in this tier at the end of the year. He's not going to be. I'm just telling you, he's a legitimate football. He's a legitimate football player, and he's going to play meaningful downs throughout the whole season. And if he stays healthy, I think he's going to be pretty darn good, to be honest. Joey Aguilar, he has a pretty. If we're looking at situation, he looks like he has. I mean, what is Heupel done with quarterbacks? He's turned them into throwing machines, right? I mean, Joe Milton wasn't very good as a quarterback prospect. He was pretty raw, big arm, can run a little bit, but doesn't really, as an NFL scout, they weren't very high on him in the decision making and, stuff like that. So when you simplify an offense and give a guy who can throw the ball around, I mean, come on. I mean, this is backyard football basically at that point. So again, like Austin Simmons, he's going to be out of this list by the end of the year. What does Peyton and Austin think about this tier?
I like it a lot. Like you said, Austin Simmons is very unknown. Personally, I have him a little bit higher than 14. But I would like to know your opinion on you think he'll be out of the tier 4 here. Who do you think from tier 3 is going to drop in and take that 14 spot?
I don't know. Let's see. I think Calzada will definitely drop out of this tier pretty quickly. Yeah, I think as a quarterback talent, I've seen more from Zach Calzada than I have Joey Aguilar. Zach Calzada, he was the one who beat Alabama when he was at Texas A&M, right? Am I correct on that? I think I'm right on that one.
Yeah.
Christian, I also want to preface, we do have to fact check ourselves halfway through these a lot, and so
You're good. I do it too. I question everything, man.
I just want to make
Almost.
sure I'm on the right track.
You
No,
see
you're
who you're
okay.
on here with, man. You're on here with a casual football reporter and a gambler, man.
And we have the gambler in here now too, so no one to fold him. Okay, so Ty Simpson, he came in for Milrow. I'm not very high on Ty Simpson, and I'm really interested to hear what Christian has to say as he is a Bama fan. And I tried to take away my bias at all from this, but I just couldn't put him outside of this tier, in my opinion. I don't know what we're going to get from him. I haven't seen enough from him as a thrower to put him above these people who I have watched, right? And there is film on these people in front of him that are, that are pretty darn good throwers. Zach Calzada.
Yeah.
What do you think about Ty Simpson, Christian?
I like Ty Simpson, but again, it's one of those things that even though he's looked good in spring games and stuff, even though he is a 5-star recruit, even though I have heard some Alabama people even try to compare him to the talent of like Trevor Lawrence at Clemson from years ago, and I came on and said, on my channel in one video, I said, could he be that good? I said he probably could, but again, I know you're not putting him that low because, he's going to be a bust. It's what has he done so far, and we have to see it to believe it. And even as an Alabama fan, I would say that too. All these Bama fans that think that he's just going to come in and win the Heisman, that would be awesome to see, and I'm not going to rule it out, but y'all need to calm down and just understand that we have a second-year head coach entering, his first real challenge, because you're going to have a completely new team with new leadership at quarterback. And Ty Simpson, even though he's got Ryan Grubb, even though he's got DeBoer, he's got to, you play Florida State week 1. You say whatever you want to about them last year. You got to go on the road, and you don't know what they got up their sleeve. So I think there's a lot at stake for Alabama this year, and I think that you just got to roll the dice with Ty Simpson and hope for the best. I love his potential, but again, I'm with you. I got to see it too.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's what this whole ranking is about, is just like, you're going to kind of notice a theme, and it's playing time. Like, a lot of, you're going to be like, well, you just rank them off of playing time and what you've seen. Yes and no, but I put somebody like Ty Simpson above Joey Aguilar, who has more games played, but I think Ty Simpson, off of what I've seen, is a better quarterback than Joey Aguilar, just off of quarterback talent in general. And so, like, right now, I think Zach Calzada is better than Ty Simpson, and that's just because we've seen more from him. And Zach Calzada's won football games. I'm not saying Ty Simpson's not a winner, because again, we don't know that yet. So this ranking will be fluid, and I'm sure Zach Calzada will drop out of this tier, and Austin Simmons will take his place. And so we're going to move down to Jackson Arnold. Again, I put an asterisk next to Jackson Arnold's name because I think he has the best receiver room besides Ohio State, I think, in the entire country, to back him up. I think Auburn's got a really good place. I think if their defense can take a step up and Hugh Freeze can stop playing golf, I think they're going to be fine. I know that's a funny meme to say, but it's just funny. Like, dude, you're at ICC Media Days and people are asking you about playing golf, dude. You're playing golf too much, So, but I think Jackson Arnold, he has everything he needs at Auburn to succeed. And if he sticks around and hangs out at Auburn, I think they're going to. And if they see good things from him this year, I think they're going to invest again a lot of money, with those boosters and just give him a great team around him, even to next year. So again, Auburn Hugh Freeze is playing for his job this year, so I think success has to happen this year for Auburn. But I think Jackson Arnold is a better quarterback than the people below him for sure at this moment. He had a good year.
Can I jump in? Can I jump in on Auburn real quick?
Yes, of course.
So I have also been on record on my own shows and stuff to say that you mentioned Cam Coleman and Perry Thompson, like they got the talent there around Jackson Arnold. I wasn't too high. I wasn't too high on him like at Oklahoma. I thought he was okay at times, but I will say even if it doesn't work out too much, it's got to be an upgrade from Peyton Thorne, and I feel like quarterback has been what's missing. But that's just what I wanted to say there.
No, Christian, you hit the nail on the head right there. I could not agree more. I'm glad you shared that sentiment because I feel like I'm one of the only people I've watched that's kind of talked about Auburn being, any better than they were last year. And I've been talking about it to Austin and Peyton before off record about just, it's Hugh Freeze needs that quarterback that's going to be able to run his offense the way he wants it to be run. And, Hugh Freeze is just that scummy Auburn guy. And I think if he wins this year, I mean, Auburn's going to be fine.
We need to talk. Why does Hugh Freeze have this reputation of being a scumbag?
Because what did he do at Ole Miss? I can't remember what he did, but it was something about.
I don't want to get into it too much, but it had to do with honestly, I'll just say it, hookers. I try to be careful on this show too, but I think it had to do with paying some women, something like that. I don't know all the details, and don't take my word completely.
No, yeah, well,
Coach O did it too.
If you go look it up too, he's.
Oh my gosh!
Like, he's just kind of like I don't know. And the way he talks, he said something about Georgia last year that just made him sound like such an idiot. He was in a press conference, and I don't want to quote him directly, but I'm going to paraphrase what he said. He was like, the reporter asked him about Georgia, how Kirby went to the Natty in his second year, Hugh Freeze, what do you think about second year? That's a big year. And he was like, he really did it in his second year? I didn't know that. I thought he did it. It was his third or fourth. And the reporter's like, no, he went to the national championship year 2. And he was like, oh, well, he's a good coach. And I went totally backwards on what his point was. And it was just come on, dude, you just sound dumb. So I don't know.
He's pretty good with the quarterbacks, though.
He is really good with quarterbacks, and this is what me and Christian are trying to say is Auburn's missing that quarterback that can throw it 15 yards down the field.
Well, think back to he was at Ole Miss those 2 years with Chad Kelly, and who was the other one that beat Alabama in 2014? So he had Bo Wallace, yeah. He had those guys, and then he's had guys at Liberty like Malik Willis. Now I don't really know how far he'll go in his, professional career, but I thought he was pretty damn good in college, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
So no doubt, Hugh Freeze might not be the best, QB guru or human being, but he knows his stuff offensively.
Yeah. Well, and he beat Kirby. I mean, I know that's not anything to rate him on, 100%, but he kind of owns Kirby besides last year, so that was the other loss we had to Ole Miss, Austin at Ole Miss in 2016. That was the year is Kirby's first year where we lost to Vandy, and
I remember that.
Yeah, that one was tough.
That was we lost to Tennessee too that year.
Yeah, that was
that was the Hail Mary.
Yep.
Jacob Eason. Yeah, I remember that.
Yep. Good old Jacob Eason. One of the greatest comeback games in all history of running backs to North Carolina. Nick Chubb runs for 239 yards and 3 touchdowns off of an ACL tear that was Grayson Lambert, dude. Throw that name out there for Georgia fans, dude. Still has the greatest QBR in the history of college football. Look that one up.
Sometimes you can't even trust the paper, man. Sometimes you just cannot look at the paper and think that the stats are right because that dude was terrible.
Oh my gosh, dude. He was awful. Dude, we don't have to go back. I'm gonna keep moving forward. I don't want to list out all these old Georgia quarterbacks because it hurts. There's only one good quarterback at Georgia, and that's Aaron Murray. I'm just kidding. Stetson Bennett was a baller. Just kidding. I'm just saying. But okay, so moving on to Gunner. Again, I don't think Gunner is better than the people in front of him based off of what I've seen. But I think if I'm looking at it from a perspective of situation and what I think he's going to do this year, I think he has, a top, like he's probably 6 or 7, right? I think Gunner has a really good opportunity to flourish in Mike Bobo's offense. And if they give him some run plays and he really uses his legs the way I think, he needs to, I think what we saw from him last year was good. But I think there's not enough tape to really understand how good he is because what he played, like when he played, the Texas game, Texas didn't have time to prep for him, right? So you kind of get a little bit of a leeway there from Gunner, and then he goes and plays against Notre Dame and plays the best football any quarterback played against Notre Dame the entire season. Go look at the stats, and so he played really good against Notre Dame, and then it's like, well, we lost. It's like tough. It's a weird ranking, but I think another asterisk needs to be around Gunner. I think he's going to move up the board at this ranking by the end of the year for sure. But I can't rank him above, Arch Manning. I don't know. I just think Arch Manning's better than him from a quarterback talent. I think Gunner's better than Jackson Arnold based on a quarterback talent and what I've seen. So it's just, again, it's opinionated, it's subjective, but you guys are welcome to put in your input by all means.
I mean, I like Gunner at 9. I would keep him there because, like you were saying, I don't think we've seen enough. And I want to put him higher, but I don't know. Because he played really good against Texas, and then, like you said, he had the best stats against Notre Dame. But if all Mike Bobo uses him for is for screen passes and run plays, I don't think that's going to work.
You got to be able to throw. You got to be able to throw the deep ball and everything nowadays. Like you just got to air the football out. But yeah, I agree. I like Gunner Stockton. I really do. I like the talent around him and everything. I thought he had a great game against Notre Dame, even though they did lose in the playoffs. And when he had to step up for Carson Beck's injuries and stuff, I mean, he made things happen, and you saw that unfold last year. And I would say him being top 10 is accurate. And I guess I could agree with him being at 9, maybe 8, depending on who else we got out there. I'm trying to think, but no, I think that going into the season, having him bottom top 10, yes, but I would also watch out because he might have potential to be a top 5 when it's all said and done.
I think so.
Yeah. No, I think we're just way too early in the offseason to tell anything.
My hot take on this tier 3, we're going to come back at the end of the season, and we are going to see Marcel Reed in this tier. We will see Marcel Reed in tier 3.
James,
that's
don't like that.
Take. No, I know Marcel Reed is like James's guy. I know that, and I'm shaking a little bit even saying it. I don't want him to come find me or anything, but I know that he's going to be in tier 3. I'm pretty confident.
But why? Until we get there.
I mean, I think based off of what Texas A&M lost this year, I think that's 100% possible. I think that's totally possible.
Okay, so I am gonna get to sleep peacefully tonight. All right.
No, yeah, you'll be fine. I'm not gonna try and attempt to drop any bombs on you or anything. But like, I genuinely think though, like Jackson Arnold could be above Marcel Reed. I think that's totally possible. Am I gonna like that? No. But if Marcel Reed just starts to come in and start throwing interceptions, then yeah, I don't think he's as good as Jackson Arnold, who, it's all speculation at this point, but I think it's possible that Marcel Reed will be in this tier. I agree, Austin. Let's move up. Tier 2. This is going to turn some heads. I already know, but It's okay. Okay. 8, I have Arch Manning. Okay. 7, I have John Mateer. Number 6, I have Diego Pavia. And number 5, I have Taylor Green. So, my take on Arch Manning, I think he's going to be top 5, probably top 3 by the end of the year. But right now, based on what I saw against UTSA, he's good. He's better than other quarterbacks who played entire seasons. From what I saw from him, I think he's really good as a quarterback talent. I hope, I think that's fair. I think Arch Manning at 8 is fair. I put asterisks near his name because he's not going to be in this tier at the end of the year. I'm just saying. Right. There's a couple of these. This is the tier out of all the tiers that I have so far. I think none of these players are going to be in this tier at the end of the year.
None of them.
None of them are going to be here at the end of the year.
Like, you think all of them are going to go up and down?
Yep.
Who goes where?
I can tell you who's going to go up and down.
Give us more, James.
All right. I got Taylor Green going out. I got John Mateer going up. I got Diego Pavia going down. I got Arch Manning going up.
John Mateer, a top 5.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Wow.
That one's less likely than the other ones. Like, that's probably like, I don't know. I think if you ask me, okay, at the end of the year, which one of these guys is going to still be here, I would say it's John Mateer.
I like that.
I think everybody else is going down or up. I think there's a possibility that all these guys could be out of this tier completely.
I like this tier.
I do too. Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head with this tier. I mean, I think you could really take these guys and put them any way you want, 8 through 5. And I agree that I would say, and I don't know who, but I could see 2. Well, no, let me think about this. I'm not too big on John Mateer. I mean, I think he could be good, but I could see him dropping to like 9 or 10 on this list when it's all said and done. I think Arch is going to rise up, but I'm not going to ride the train of he's winning 50 Heismans or anything like that. But Pavia, I think people like, I could get like the whole, well, he beat Alabama last year and stuff. Yeah, but I really think that he might be slept on a little bit. I could get putting him in tier 2 for right now, but watch out, man, because he's really turned some heads, and I know there's been some drama back and forth with him and Williams and stuff like that this offseason, but other than that, man, like, much respect to him because he's a baller, dude. He really is, and he's doing big things at Vanderbilt. He did big things at New Mexico State. Taylor Green, very talented, but I think because I mentioned, I kind of rank it a little bit sometimes with like, how is the team going to do with him?
Yeah.
I don't know about Arkansas, man. So I would probably, if you're basing it just on the quarterback himself, I agree, but I would probably swap. I might put Pavia ahead of Taylor Green right now.
Okay.
Other than that, I like this tier.
Okay, cool. No, I think I can get down with that. I think Taylor Green is one of those teams that is totally getting like shadowed by his talent or their likewise around him, right? And I think Taylor Green is an amazing football player. I just watching I went back and watched tape for all these guys. I just want to say that right now. Like, I went back and deep dive tape on the players that had a lot of tape, right? Arch Manning, his tape is pretty good. It just seems like, okay, he's a quarterback. He's making decisions. He's doing the offense. He's doing this, but he's a redshirt freshman. That's great. So that's why I put him at 8. John Mateer. I watched John Mateer and was like just like smiling the whole time. I'm like, dude, this guy's gonna surprise people. I'm just telling you right now. Go watch John Mateer at Washington State. He's gonna turn your head. Now imagine him in the SEC. My thought was he might take a step back just because it's the SEC, but like it just as a quarterback talent, I like what I see from him. He's got a gunslinger of an arm. He kind of reminds me of Justin Herbert in a way. And if you go watch his throws and you watch the way he runs, he's very much so like Justin Herbert-esque. Diego Pavia, I think he's just a winner. And I think that's a big deal with quarterbacks is can you go win the game? Can you elevate the players around you? Right. And so I just think that's such a big thing. And he's a pretty good quarterback. Like he's got a good arm. His runs are really good. Like he makes pretty good decisions. And just at 6, I feel like that's fair because he's won games and he's doing it Vandy, dude. He's doing it Vandy. Come on now, it's Vandy. Taylor Green again. I think he's missing out on some talent. It's Arkansas. Rest in peace, Sam Pittman. I like Sam a lot. I hope he gets to stay at Arkansas, but who knows? But I think like a prototypical quarterback like Taylor Green he's like 6'4", 215, 220, I think, or maybe taller than that. He's got a rocket of an arm. He makes good decisions, and I think some of the interceptions he had last year was not his fault. And he's really fast, by the way. So another asset to have in an offense that sucks. So, Peyton, what do you think? You've been quiet on this tier.
No, I mean, I like this tier a lot. I mean, I would probably put Arch Manning inside the top 5. I know that I was saying earlier you can't really base anything off of the games that he's played, but like I don't really know a whole lot about any of these other dudes, to be completely honest. But I would have to say, like, I would feel like after this season, hopefully Arch Manning would be a better quarterback than any of these dudes on here. But John Mateer did almost single-handedly dismantle Washington in the Pac-12 championship, I think. So I like John Mateer. And it's like I was saying, like last week or 2 weeks ago or whenever we did it the last time. But I've seen some rankings where people have him as like top 1 or 2 in the nation, like and draft picks for next year. Like he could go number 1 or number 2 or number 3, whenever. But I just don't really know a whole lot about, Taylor Green or Diego Pavia. Like, I know he beat Bama last year, obviously. It looks like he's got a good work ethic, and I feel like that's also very important for the quarterback position. Because
I like the way he talks too. Like, he's got that the I want to say moxie, but it sounds so corny. But he just has the quarterback like I'm gonna go out here, I'm gonna sling it, and you're gonna have to watch me sling. Like, watch out. And so I think Oklahoma, they've been missing that the last couple of years.
The only thing I can say about Taylor Green is that I know we can't, like, it's impossible to compare players in the video game compared to real life, but he is a demon in college football 26. So if he can play as good as he does in the game, then he might win the Heisman. But like you're saying, there's no talent at Arkansas. So I have no issues with this ranking. I probably put Arch Manning higher, but I understand why he's at 8.
Perfect. We're going to move to the top 4. Okay, top 4, Marcel. DJ Lagway at 3, Garrett Nussmeier at 2, Lenore Sellers at 1. I'm going to explain. You're going to have to listen. Marcel Reed should not have done what he did at Texas A&M last year. I'm just going to lay it out for you the way it is. A&M had one of the best defenses in the entire nation last year. No one knew about it. They were very good. Very good. Marcel Reed also went out and won a couple football games for them that they shouldn't have won, right?
Yep.
And I like what he does with the football. I like his decision-making. I like the way he throws it. He can make throws on the run. He can, there's so much more to quarterback than sitting in the pocket and making good decisions and stuff like that. Like, that's part of it, but there's other things that you can't teach. And that's the other part of it is, like, can he make plays? Can he win football games? Those are things you can't teach. So I think Marcel Reed has a lot of good stuff there. Looks like the chat has a question. Does the chat have a question?
Multiple people in chat.
Multiple people in chat have questions.
Cameron has a question.
Oh my gosh. What is Cameron's question?
I don't know. She's at the beach right now with her like whole family, so it could literally be anything.
Oh my gosh.
That's who we is.
That's
okay, sick. I was trying to figure out who we was.
Yeah.
Okay. I went and watched DJ Lagway tape. The only reason why he's not ranked number 1 is because he has not played as much meaningful football as Lenore Sellers and Garrett Nussmeier. I know that's kind of crazy to say, but if I'm going off of my ranking off of talent, I think DJ Lagway, off of not playing as much football as other people, I think he's one of the best quarterbacks in the SEC and he's my Heisman. Right now, he would be my Heisman Trophy, bank right now. If you had to tell me I had $100 I could put on whoever I wanted, I'd put it on DJ Lagway to win the Heisman right now, right here today. I wish I could tell Uncle Lou Christian to do a bet with him. I don't have $100 to spare on that man though.
I'm clipping this and sending it to him. Don't worry.
You should, dude. That'd be so funny, dude.
I don't know. I like Lagway, but I wouldn't bet him like the Heisman, man. Like, I mean, I love this tier 1 though. I think you got the right guys. I will say that. I like Lenore Sellers at number 1. I think he's going to be a top prospect in 26 for the draft. I think Nussmeier's up there, and I mean, is it possible? Let me ask y'all this. I don't know about being exactly as good as Joe Burrow was in 2019, but could LSU have that type of year with Nussmeier, you think?
How good are their receivers?
That's what I would have to question. Like, who do they have at receiver, man? Because they don't have a Jefferson or anybody.
I don't know their names. I've seen a few videos and stuff that say that they've reloaded their wide receiver room. So I mean, that could be a whole variety of things. But like, we need to talk about Dabo Sweeney and NIL.
Yeah.
Okay, we will get to that at some point. We will 100% get to that. So the DJ Lagway at 3, the Garrett Nussmeier at 2. I'm not as high on Garrett Nussmeier as a team as much as I am him as a quarterback, I would say. As a quarterback, I went and watched his throws from last year. And again, I see a lot of things that are very prototypical NFL talent quarterback throws. These, good decision-making skills. He can kind of roll with the pocket if he needs to and do a sprint out and throw it on the run. And then the ball is just, it just zips out of his hands. He has a rocket of an arm. And he's very accurate too. Like if you go back and watch it, most of the throws, the receivers have not skipped a step. And those are some of the things I saw with DJ Lagway as well. And I'm watching, and his back foot is literally off the ground, and he's just slinging it up in the air. Or he's not even setting his feet, and his feet are, his feet are set for the slant, and he's throwing it across his body over the top to like a crossing, like a post route over the safety. And I'm like, dude, did nobody just see that throw? And like, if you go watch his highlights, type it in YouTube, go watch DJ Lagway's highlights. In like probably 25% of the video, like you can hear the announcers go, "Oh my gosh, did he really just make that throw?" Like there are so many times we're here even the announcers who are quarterbacks. Aaron Murray talks about it on one of them too, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe he just made that throw." Like there are quarterbacks who know quarterback play and they know how good he is. He just hasn't, he hasn't played as much as Garrett Nussmeier, and he hasn't won as much as my favorite quarterback in the SEC, Lenore Sellers. I think if he didn't get hurt, they would have beaten LSU, and they would have been in the playoffs. So, but
yeah, I agree. I like, dude. Lenore Sellers might be. Am I crazy to think he'll be one of the best in the 2026 draft? Probably could. Like, if he has that season this year, whether he gets a Heisman or not, I'm not trying to hype up like championship type stuff, but if he really puts up numbers, man, he might be one of the first ones off the board in April,
Yeah, you can have an Anthony Richardson situation 100%. Yeah. Just going forward based off of just raw talent. But I think he's going to be better than freaking Anthony Edwards. Or not Anthony Edwards. Am I tripping? That's a basketball player.
Yeah, that's
You know what I mean. You guys, dude,
Anthony-
I just said his name, bro. I'm losing it, dude. I'm
Why
losing
can
it.
I? Oh, Anthony Richardson. I almost said
Yeah,
Anthony.
AR-15
See,
is what they called him.
15.
Yeah.
If I think if
look.
DJ Lagway played the full season last year, I mean, I might be just a little bit biased because I like DJ Lagway that much. I'd probably put him at number one though. But
Yeah, I would have put him at number one if he played the whole season. I'm being so serious with you. There's a throw that I talked about on the Uncle Lou podcast that he flamed me for, but I'm gonna send him the clip of the video. Go watch the highlight reel and you'll know the clip. I believe it's against Ole Miss, where there is somebody pulling him this way, and he throws the ball to his right. I mean, a throw that should never have been put on the receiver. But I'm not saying it was lucky. Like, I'm talking like accurate, was thrown in time and put on a absolute frozen rope. I could not believe it. That's why I said that on the Uncle Lou show, and I was like, yeah, he's made some of the best throws I've ever seen. I've never seen any of our quarterback make a throw like that where he's getting pulled like that besides like Brett Favre. Brett Favre, you couldn't tackle him, right? So it's like he's one of those players who you can't tackle. Lenore Sellers, you can't tackle him. He's built like a freaking middle linebacker. You know, he can rush off the edge if he needs to, if the right end gets hurt. But it's just these quarterbacks up here at the top of the SEC all have Heisman potential, in my opinion, besides Marcel Reed. I mean, he's there, but like the SEC is so deep in quarterback this year, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be wild.
yeah, I agree with all that. I don't think I would really change anything on this tier. I mean, maybe Marcel Reed, but other than that, maybe Garrett Nussmeier too. But I don't really know anything about Nussmeier that much. I just know that he's getting a lot of hype, and maybe it's just because I didn't watch LSU last season. But did he have a good season last year?
He had a good season. Let me see. See, this is the point where we start fact checking myself before I say stats. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think he threw some interceptions, multiple.
Through 12, I think. 12.
He threw 12. That sounds right. Yeah, he had 4,000 yards, 29 touchdowns, and 12 picks. So the yards are there. But he's a gunslinger.
Yeah.
He's like a Phillip Rivers. Like, he just not that bad. Sorry. But that was probably an insult. Phillip Rivers was good. I mean,
He's a
he
Hall
was
of Fame
good, but he was
quarterback.
good. Huh.
I was gonna say if you get compared to a Hall of Fame quarterback, I feel like you're in pretty good shape.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
But no, I wouldn't change anything about this. I like this a lot.
I'm going to say something again. Another hot take coming in hot here. I'm not that high on the Norris Sellers, man. The back half of their schedule is insanely tough. I think it's going to be really tough. I think he ends up.
You don't think they're going to take
5.
a step forward, the offense? With 1 year of chemistry, you get the really fast receiver. Their tight end's really good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Last year they went 9-3. I think next year I think this upcoming year they lose more than 3 games. Honestly, I mean they got to play Bama, they got to play A&M, they got to play Clemson. That's they got to play Ole Miss. I mean that's 4 games. I think they'll lose right there. They got to play LSU. Okay. That's 5.
LSU's defense. I don't know anything about LSU, but is their defense like that good? Like I know they have Harold Perkins and the Weeks brothers, but like,
well, they're all the LSU game is at LSU too, and so I mean just playing there, I think that's an automatic L.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, so when I first figured out this ranking and like the whole theme for this video, I was watching the SEC podcast with Mike and Shane and all them.
Mm-hmm.
And they went through all of the schedules and their over-under. South Carolina's over-under is 7.5. What would you put on Wilson?
The gambler.
You put it like that.
The gambler. I'm the gambler.
I'm going over.
I'm hitting that over, man. You said, hold on, 7.5?
Let me pull up the schedule now.
7.5. 7.5.
Nah, bro. Who said that?
That is from SEC Mike's podcast. That is
He's
that
drunk.
SEC show.
I
crazy.
don't
It's
know.
legitimate.
I don't know.
It's a legitimate over/under. I swear. Go look
They
it up.
literally have the same schedule as last year, right? So, like, I mean, they're hosting Alabama. I'd worry about that game just as a Bama fan. Where's the Clemson game? What about trying to think who else they play? Don't they open with Tech, Virginia Tech? I mean,
Virginia Tech.
they
That's a
should
tough
have
game.
no issue there. I mean,
Oh, I don't know.
Look,
Virginia
I
Tech.
have a sticky note. Best bets of the year right here. I'll lay it out for you. You ready, Austin? You ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Mizzou, 7.5. I get the
Easy over. Easy
Auburn,
over.
7.5. I get the
Easy
over.
over.
Florida, 6.5, bro. 6.5.
I think they get 7.
Georgia.
That's a tough line.
Bro, they went
Georgia.
8-5 with the hardest schedule in college football.
It only gets harder, man. It only gets harder for them.
Is their schedule harder than last year again?
I
It's flipped.
think so.
The same as last year flipped. Home and away.
that's for everyone.
Yeah. Georgia 9.5 or 9.5. I get the under on that. Ole Miss under 8.5. South Carolina over 7.5.
Okay, so I'm gonna name these games. I'm gonna name these games out for South Carolina. Virginia Tech, I think they can win that game.
That's a dub.
I think Missouri at Missouri is going to be a lot harder than people think it's going to be.
It will, but it could go either
Really?
way, and I would take South
Really?
Carolina right now in a close one.
Yeah.
Up for debate, definitely.
That's
LSU,
2-0
I
ranked,
think
by the
that's
way.
an L. I think
Yeah,
LSU
they're
will
losing at LSU. Yeah, they'll lose that.
I think against Alabama they lose that game.
Okay. 2-2.
That's
I think-
where I know I'm an Alabama fan, and I'm not supposed to pick them to lose at all, but that I'm trying to remember who we get before and after, but don't forget they went to Tuscaloosa and were a 2-point try away from taking it to overtime.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget that.
That is true, but that was also DeBoer's first year. I think last year was
It
kind of
was.
an interesting year for Bama. I think Bama's going to be a lot better this year. That's just me.
All right. I hope so.
Who they got after Bama? They've got Ole Miss at Ole Miss right after that. I think they probably lose that game in Ole Miss.
You think they lose
me.
at Ole Miss?
I think so. I really think South Carolina is overhyped. I think they're one of the most overrated teams right now.
So what? They're at 4-3 right now. 3-3.
5-1, 5-2, 5-3. They're 5-3 right now. Then they play Oklahoma at home. I think they win that game, right?
Okay, 6-3.
So they're 6-3. Then they got A&M at A&M.
Oh. Is that like an October game? Because you got to think too, like when are they getting these games? Because teams like A&M, I mean, do y'all think A&M is a team that like gets better throughout the season or has a peak or something by the time that game rolls around?
I mean, Texas 8-4 doesn't have a nickname for no reason.
I think at any point in the year it's hard to go into that stadium and win.
That's
Yeah.
fair. Especially in October when it's a little bit chilly. November a little bit chilly, dark. People are gonna be on their feet the whole time. It's South Carolina.
So let's just say hypothetically they lose that game. They might not. It's a toss-up. So if they lose that, they're at 1, 2, 3, 4, and then they've got Clemson at the end of the season.
That's a dub.
Where is the Clemson game?
That is in South Carolina.
Oh yeah, no. I mean,
Y'all think they're taking that game?
I don't know. I
think they can win 8 games. I'm gonna be right back. Give me 2 seconds.
I like Clemson for the playoffs. I did not say I like Clemson undefeated. That is fair.
Who
Now
won
Clemson opens at home against LSU, I think. But other than that, I mean, they could trip up they could trip up against the Gamecocks, man. I mean, we've seen that in recent years, and I don't know. That's honestly rivalry games like that and rivalry weekend are just tough to call right now. But
Oh,
I guess I
definitely.
could see it.
Definitely. So, I mean, realistically, there's a chance that they go into that Clemson game with a
Mhm.
make or break on the over or under for that 7.5.
Oh
Realistically.
yeah, yeah. I mean, there's going to be a lot of people either celebrating in money or breaking their TVs. Shout
Oh,
out
yeah.
Uncle Lou,
I don't know. I have to watch that. What is that? What is that?
Uncle Lou.
Yeah.
He's a Georgia college football YouTuber, and he's got like 70,000 something whatever subscribers, dude. Like he's been huge for a decade.
Oh man.
He's
Yeah,
awesome.
I
He
gotta
got
tune
big. He
in.
got big on. He got big on like breaking TVs after Georgia losses.
Oh, I think I do know who that is. Then
Yeah,
I'm
he's
gonna
the
have to tune
one
in this
that
time.
at the 2nd and 26 national title game, he drank like this 40-year-old Coke or whatever. It was so funny. But yeah, no, but like South Carolina, man, they got a tricky schedule, man, but it's doable. I think it's doable.
It's doable. The question is are they going to take a step forward? And I'd like to go back and look at their like what happened with them last year. How many of those games that they won were really close games? How many games
Right.
did they lose that were close games? Who all did they lose? I'm not super familiar with their roster this year. All I know is that Lenore Sellers is coming back. So I can't think of any huge playmakers or difference makers for Lenore Sellers other than Nick Harbor. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Nick
That's it.
Harver. I was looking at their roster the other day actually for something, and but yeah, I don't. Nick Harbor stands out. I'm trying to think. I think they got a receiver or two coming back, but I'm not sure who it is. The thing, they haven't really had a big name receiver in a while, right? Since what, Debo Samuel or something?
Yeah.
Just like a
Yeah.
big name that actually stands out, but they could still. I mean, they'll be decent at that position. I think.
Yeah, I think South Carolina is a big question mark for me. They have the back half of their schedule is just like tough matchup after tough matchup. It does not. They might start out 6-0 and then
Yeah.
lose out. They've got an insane schedule.
Yeah.
They could.
But I think that line is just so like tempting though. Like I think they may take a step back just because now the teams know Lenore Sellers. There's film on him. They know what they're going to kind of do with him. They know he can run. They're going to have more people in the box, and so they're probably going to test his throwing ability this year. And so like I don't know, like you see that a lot. Like the freshman quarterbacks who are pretty good, they kind of get not cheating almost, but the defenses don't really know what to do because they don't really know you. So they don't really have a way to game plan against you yet, and so maybe this year you see like a step back. Like in like the NFL, it happens sometimes. Like I feel like Patrick Mahomes has kind of been tamed down. That Chiefs offense has been tamed down a little bit since then, since when they were going crazy.
Yeah.
But I think the same thing can kind of happen with Lenore Sellers as people start to kind of use the quarterback spy a little bit more and create some different defensive looks that kind of are going to distract him. And, I think there's a way to mess him up, you know what I mean? Coming back here too, of being a full-time starter. So I don't know. It's interesting.
I know
Vegas
knows what they're doing. They know what they're doing with these lines. They're smarter than all four of us combined. So
it is July though.
That's true, but they know. They just know, man.
No better time to bet your money than July when no one knows, when nobody fucking knows what's going on. Oh, man.
That is true too.
Well, I know we're getting to the hour mark here. Christian, you're welcome to stick around. I don't want to keep you too long. I just want to say, we appreciate you coming on the podcast, man. And it was good to talk to you. Good to meet you, man. You're welcome to stick around, or you can. I know you're just getting off of work or whatnot, so feel free to do what you need to do.
Yeah, no, I do have to run. I got some church friends I want to meet up with, but I love and appreciate you guys for having me. And it's always good to talk some SEC and some college football. And y'all can follow me on Twitter at Ballard Sports and find me at Ballard Sports Media on YouTube. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Definitely
Yes,
will.
sir.
Hey,
I'm
to
gonna
meet
put
you,
all that
Christian.
stuff in the description. Go
Awesome.
smash the subscribe button on him. like, comment, go let them know you came from the Go for Two show. And thank you, man. I appreciate it, brother.
Thank you, man.
Later. That was good, dude. Heck yeah. We're glad you came on, man. That was awesome. Good deal. What else do you guys want to talk about? I know there's some weird crap with having with NIL recently.
I thought Peyton had some rankings, and I've got some rankings if we want to run those.
Yeah, speed run.
Some QB rankings.
Yeah, Peyton. Did you do your homework?
Absolutely not.
I thought literally the whole thing was James was going to do his rankings, and then you were going to do yours.
Austin, I hope you understand that I told him that like 4 days ago.
No, I know. I'm sure you did.
Yeah.
He's too busy watching his cats run around.
Hold on. Let me go to this presentation, and I'll tell you what my rankings are. Also, why don't you give everybody a little life update?
Yeah, it's been a while since I've been on the pod, so little update for everybody. Started a new job in April. Loving it so far, loving it. And I've joined the club that James is in. We are a 2-man group, and that is the Living with Our Girlfriends group. We are a part of that club. I joined that club over the weekend, and so far it's awesome. So that's the update for me. As you can see, I'm in an awesome new house behind me.
Nice piano, loser. Just kidding.
Yeah, I bought it. Cameron got it on Facebook Marketplace for $20. Grand piano.
Play me some Billy Joel, dude. Come on now.
So my thing about these QB rankings is tier number 4, don't know a single thing about any one of these dudes except for Austin Simmons. And the only thing that I do know about him is that he played pretty good against Georgia. Tier 3, I don't really know anything about Ty Simpson. I'll be completely honest. I didn't know who Zach Calzada. I didn't even know who that was until we got on stream.
Sounds like his last name's a pizza restaurant, dude.
Yeah, I was gonna say it sounds kind of like I want to say calzone, but
yeah.
Jackson Arnold. I got him confused with Jackson somebody, Smith and Jigba maybe, I don't know.
It's probably Jackson Dart, dude.
It was Dart.
Yeah, Jackson Dart. Yeah.
That was the very first episode.
Yeah. I don't really know. I mean, I don't really know anything about Jackson Arnold other than at Oklahoma. I want to say he did okay for a little bit, and then he kind of started stinking it up. But I could be thinking of Miller Moss. But Gunnar Stockton, I mean, like I was saying earlier, I would love to put him higher. Haven't seen enough to do that. And truth be told, I wouldn't say – I don't want to say it, obviously, but, like, if he has a bad season – like, I think it's very possible that he has a bad season. Like, I mean, with the expectations that you already have, like, just being a Georgia quarterback in general, like, look what happened to Carson Beck. Like, people – I get that he didn't make the best, like, choices in general anyways, but when you take all that out and look at his, like, interceptions and just, like, bad QB play in general, bro, go look at what people were saying to him. Like, it's just mental warfare for that dude, basically. And I'm not saying Gunnar can't handle that. I just think that that would get to anybody. And I know there's a lot of leadership concerns with Carson Beck too, so, like, that's going to have a lot to do with it. Because, like I said earlier, I think your work ethic is very important as a quarterback too. So, like, I don't think Gunnar's just going to, like, give up. Not saying Carson Beck did, but there were times where it may have looked like it. So I would love to put Gunnar higher. I think 9 might actually be perfect for him though, because I wouldn't put him inside the top 5, but I wouldn't take him outside of the top 10, and I probably wouldn't put him at 6 or 7.
Yeah, I think he's better than the people below him, but Jackson Arnold may have a better better stats than him.
Hold on, let me say this. I would probably change Gunnar Stockton and Diego Pavia, but I would put Arch Manning at 6, Gunnar at 8, and then Diego Pavia at 9.
Okay.
I don't hate it.
I don't hate it because my rankings are my rankings, so.
When y'all hear my rankings, y'all are gonna think I'm on crack.
Oh God, dude.
I was gonna say, other than that, I think everybody else is in the right spot. Like, I don't really know anything about Marcel Reed. I barely know anything about Garrett Nussmeier. DJ Lagway, like I said, if he played a full season, I would put him at number 1 unanimously. I wouldn't even have to think about it. But I think that's just me being too into the hype train.
Glazer alert.
Yeah, I think I might just be a Glazer. But
no,
my comparison, Austin, you're gonna think this is insane. James, you're probably not gonna think that much of it. My take is that not Lenore Sellers, but DJ Lagway is going to be the Ilya Taporia of college football next season.
That's just a stupid. That's just
no, it's not. How?
You're comparing a dude that fights to a football
I'm talking
player.
about in terms of
also,
impact.
you didn't even know who Ilya Taporia was until like a month ago.
Bro, do you know how much what's it called? I don't want to call it research because I'm going to sound like a cornball. Do you know how much I've learned about the UFC since a month ago?
No, I mean, I know you've done a lot of research, but okay. What about that? What's the similarities that you're comparing it to here?
Because you look at, bro, Taporia is on, number 1, a crazy win streak. I know Florida's not on a crazy win streak. I'm just talking about the impact that it'll bring to the sport in general. Like, I think DJ Lagway is going to be, I don't know the best way to compare. Like, I don't know how I would really compare him.
Are you saying the impact he's going to bring to Florida is the same as like what Taporia is to the UFC?
Kind of, yeah. That's probably, I think, yeah.
That's a bold statement because Taporia is like the one of the best fighters right now. I mean, it's not crazy. It's not crazy. If he becomes who everybody thinks he will be, then I could see the comparison.
See, but that's what I'm trying to say. I think DJ Lagway will be like the Jeremiah Smith right now. Like, I think he will be that of the quarterbacks that Jeremiah Smith is to all the receivers in college football.
Okay.
I think Lenore Sellers is the Max Holloway of the SEC.
What are we doing?
And I think Arch Manning is the Jake Paul of boxing.
Whoa.
Nah, that's crazy.
That's insane.
He hasn't played anybody.
All right, listen, while we're on the topic, I just want to get it out of the way so we can have a live conversation about it. Ankalaev versus Pereira, bro. I'm taking Ankalaev.
You're on crack, Peyton. I mean,
dude,
I don't want to hijack the go for 2 with UFC talk, but that take is just not going to happen.
Okay, but how?
Bro, you obviously don't be listening to UFC podcasts.
See, but you can't even explain it.
I can explain it, dude. Alex Pereira tested positive for like COVID or some shit before that fight with Ankalaev, or however you said stupid dude's last name.
Ankalaev, Magomed.
Yeah, bro, he was literally sick going into that fight.
Was he sick when he got knocked out by Izzy?
No. What does that have to do with anything?
I'm just saying it's not impossible for Alex Pereira to lose to like somebody who people think he shouldn't lose to.
No, I agree with what you're saying, but when that fight was fought standing up the entire fight, he doesn't lose those fights. If he had taken him down, it was on the ground, and he loses, sure. He doesn't lose those fights.
Okay, yeah, but that's what I'm saying, is that I don't know that much about Pereira's wrestling, but I know a lot about Ankalaev's wrestling.
But they didn't wrestle at all the last fight.
No. I know, yeah. I know, that's what I'm saying. But if they do, I think Pereira's done, bro. I think Ankalaev's going to win. Either by submission
October 4th, everybody come down here.
Don't you think Pereira's going to know that and not let it go?
No, absolutely he's going to know
What do you think he's been doing for the last 6 months?
Yeah, I was going to say, dude, they could have had a rematch.
He's been fucking working on his takedowns probably, and his defense, bro, and his guards.
Exactly.
Right. No, I understand. Like, they could have fought literally 2 weeks after their last fight, like maybe even 2 days. Like, they might have hit each other 4 times collectively. But I think if it goes to the ground, bro, Pereira's fucked. I I don't think he's going to win.
You know what I think? You know what I think the UFC should do? You know what I think the UFC should do is that at the end of the night, after the pay-per-view, there's one extra fight, and it's the fight we all really wanted to see this year, and it's the rematch of Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, and we give Mike Tyson fucking steroids, and we actually let them fight, and we watch Jake Paul get beat into smithereens, and there's no money involved.
James hates Jake Paul, dude. Holy cow!
I don't hate Jake Paul. I'm saying he's a mid boxer, dude. He's a mid boxer. I'm sorry.
He's officially ranked now. He's officially in the boxing rankings now.
See, but the thing about
what
Jake
did it take?
Paul,
Beating every old person he knew.
yeah, I was going to say the thing about
Beating
Jake Paul
every
is
old
that-
person he could contact in Instagram DMs who would
Yeah.
want $2.5 million for getting knocked out by a YouTuber.
yeah.
I don't know if y'all watched the ESPYs, but it might have been John Jones, but Shane Gillis was hosting it, and he was like, "We got John Jones here tonight. Get ready, John, because in like 30 years, Jake Paul's gonna kick your ass."
No, I didn't watch the whole thing, but those jokes, bro, I don't even care. Them jokes were so funny.
They were great.
Bro, I would have been crying if I was there.
I know, dude. You would have heard me laughing, and I could have been in the very top deck of that place, auditorium.
Yeah. But
All right, I'm gonna go into my rankings here because this is a football podcast.
I was about to say, not
the listeners don't want to listen about UFC here. So
let me
I'll just
work this down. At 1 hour or 59 minutes, we just went on a tangent, so I'm not going to clip that part. Because this is going to be, dude, I'm going to do like an AI clip thing, and it's going to be virality at the very bottom, and it's UFC college football fighting. Like, it's going to get mixed up. The AI is not going to know what's going on, dude. It's going to be so fun. Continue, Austin. Do your rankings.
Yeah, my rankings, I'll just start at 16 and go down the list here. Did some research earlier today, so if you guys got any questions, you guys just let me know. And I'm basing these rankings off of at the end of the year, you look at a piece of paper and it's got all the guys' stats on it, touchdowns, all that good stuff. And it's just who is going to have the best season statistically, which we talked about Grayson Lambert earlier. We already know that stats are liars, statistics are liars. But I think on paper, Joey Aguilar is the worst quarterback in the SEC this season. And he came from App State, and he played terrible at App State. I mean, 25 touchdowns in total to 14 interceptions. Kid is washed. Halfway through the season, they're going to bench him. He's washed at 22. He's already washed at 22. Blake Shapen at Mississippi State. They've got no weapons. Who's their head coach?
No idea.
Exactly.
Mike Elko?
Blake,
No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know. I would have believed you, but he's gonna have a bad season. Blake Shapen washed. He's washed up. He's old. And at number 14, I've got Bo Pribula. Is that how you say that? Pribula for Missouri. And I'm only putting him there because he came from Penn State, I think. And he did good in the time that he played, but overall, I just think his game's not going to translate to the SEC. At 13, I got Cal Zada, the doughboy, the pizza guy over at Kentucky. Played FCS for a while over at Incarnate World. If you play at a school that sounds like the Harry Potter school, Incarnate World, buddy, you can't cast spells in the SEC.
Word.
Oh, word.
It's not world.
Either way, dude. Either way, if you play at a school,
I mean, you might as well just play at Hogwarts at this point.
That's what I'm saying, dude. And you
say
can't cast spells in the SEC. Buddy's going to be number 13. Vanderbilt quarterback Diego Pavia will be number 12. I think he is the Aaron Murray of Vanderbilt. I think that's a pretty good comparison. I think they're going to win some games, but overall, he doesn't do anything great. Doesn't do anything bad. Coming in at number 12. Also, the guy's a 7th-year senior. I mean, definition of washed. The guy's retiring. Like, he's actually retiring. His 401k is maxed out for how long
He's
been
going to
playing
be a
football.
better insurance salesman than you ever would be.
Hey, that's why I got out of the business, man. Now I make government contracts my bitch.
Yes.
And so number 11, we got Ty Simpson over at Bama. I got him at number 11 because everybody else is going to be better. Everybody else is going to be better than Ty Simpson. Doesn't do anything great from what I've seen. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong here, but he's in the tier 3 range. So at least I think we agree on that. Over to number 10, and this is where things get a little hairy. This is where I'm about to get flamed by James, especially. Number 10, I got Marcel Reed. I mean, the second half of the year, man, watching the tape, the guy wasn't great at throwing the ball down the field. And I think defenses are going to easily be able to adjust to what he's good at. And I think he finishes out number 10. Number 9, Austin Simmons going into Ole Miss. Lane Kiffin's just going to find a way to make this kid have a good season. So I'm going to put him at number 9, but I don't think he's going to be better than those above him. At number 8, I've got John Mateer. He was phenomenal at Washington State, phenomenal. And Oklahoma, Brent Venables, pretty good head coach. I think he has a pretty good season. Not a great season, but a good season. The guy's going to stick around. So he's going to be number 8. He's not going to lose a starting job. And number 7, Tylen Green. I think it all comes down to how good is the offensive line at Arkansas. And I know they got Sam Pittman over there. So, you never know with Sam Pittman. He's a good offensive line coach. He was at Georgia. But wide receiver-wise, running back-wise.
Is probably as good as this desk ornament.
Yeah, so they're washed. So they're absolutely washed. They're toast. They're toast. And if it was up to me, actually it is up to me. Tylen Green, number 7. Lenore Sellers at number 6.
Whoa.
And I've already told y'all why. We talked about it a little bit earlier on the show for those that have stuck around for the entire hour 17. At the end of September, he's going to be number 1 in the Heisman. He's going to be number 1. Everyone's going to be talking about Lenore Sellers is Jesus Christ if he was black, which he could be black. But if he was black, people are going to think that it's Lenore Sellers by the end of September. But then he's going to go. Then he's going to play Oklahoma. Then he's going to play Bama. Then he's going to play Ole Miss. Then he's going to play Clemson. And he comes out of that stretch. I think he throws out of those stretch. I think he goes 5 touchdowns, 7 picks. He falls out of the Heisman race. Is he washed? We don't know yet because he is a young guy. So we don't know yet. But we're going to put him at 7. We're going to put him at 6. We're going to put him at 6. At 5, I've got Jackson Arnold. And here's why. Auburn's got a really good schedule this year. I think their ceiling is 2 losses, and their floor is 5.
Auburn's over under 7.5 for all you gamblers out there.
Yeah, the spread
over.
lord, the gambler. I'm going to take the over. I think they win 9 games this year. Call me crazy, but they have
9 games, dude.
I think they win 9 games, and I think Hugh Freeze unlocks Jackson Arnold, and they have a fantastic season. Or not a fantastic one.
I mean, he helps Jackson Arnold get as many hookers as he's ever wanted.
And if that's what Jackson Arnold needs, then Auburn's going to make sure he gets it.
I mean, that's what Auburn's new NIL package should be, is just hookers.
With Hugh Freeze over there, man, you don't know what's in those packages. But whatever's in that package, got Jackson Arnold there. And I think there was like $4 million in that package. That's a big package. But that $4 million is going to get him to number, what did I say? 4, 5, number 5. Number 4, I've got Garrett Nussmeier, number 4. And I say that because he is a sole pocket passer. I mean, the guy can't do anything with his legs. And I'm talking from a statistical standpoint now. I think he's going to light it up on the passing side. I think he probably throws for 38, 39, 4,000 yards, a good bit of touchdowns. But I think there's going to be guys above him that have more rushing yards, more rushing touchdowns. And so on the stat sheet, Garrett is going to come in at number 4, and we are on a first name basis. That's why I called him Garrett. And so number 3, we got DJ Lagway here. You guys already covered it pretty much. The kid has a cannon. He's got legs, great legs that can run. And so he's going to light up the stat sheet. Whether he throws, he threw a couple interceptions last year, but I think his rushing upside is gonna counteract that. So he's gonna come in at number 3. And there's 2 guys left on this sheet that I haven't said. And number 2 is gonna be Gunnar Stockton. Gunnar Stockton will come in at number 2. If you look at that Georgia wide receiver room, it is the best it has been probably in our lifetime. They've got Colby Young, Noah Thomas, Zachariah Branch, Dylan Bell, Oscar Delp. I mean, they've got weapons, man. They've got weapons.
Dude,
everywhere.
you're calling a Georgia wide receiver room good.
I'm saying they're
the
the
last
best.
time we had a good wide receiver was George Pickens and Ladd McConkey.
But that's 2 guys. I just gave you 5 that can get the job done. I mean, the defenses are not going to be able to double cover anybody.
Listen, I agree with Austin here. I'm not even going to lie to you. I don't know if I would say this is the best receiving room we've ever had ever. Is it the best one that we've had in a really long time? I say yes. Zachariah Branch
Name who's getting 1,000 yards, and I'll wait.
Zachariah Branch.
Yeah, Zachariah Branch. Did Nitro end up transferring? He did, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, well, he's not. So, he can't play anyways.
I mean, I think Zachariah. How do you say his name? Zachariah? Is that right?
Zachariah Branch.
Yeah.
I think Zach Branch gets close to 1,000. I think Noah Thomas gets close to 1,000.
Let me riddle you off the stat that I'm pulling straight out of the back rooms here.
Pull it.
Before you say anything about USC, don't forget Miller Moss was there.
What?
He was saying if you're going to pull a stat on yeah, go ahead, Peyton.
No. Okay. Every single year in fall camp, multiple wide receivers get hurt. There is going to be one wide receiver, minimum, that gets hurt in fall camp who will not play a single snap in next year's season.
That's okay.
There will be one.
Georgia is deep, and they've got a good offensive line.
Austin, we're not. Noah Thomas wasn't going to be a starter at Texas A&M.
They had like the best freshman.
Colby Young was not going to be a starter at Miami.
You saw what Colby Young did last year, dude. Dude is good. Dude is good.
Dude is so good. That's fine. I'm not trying to slander you, Austin. I'm just saying I think now we have a wide receiver room who might be able to catch a football, and we're calling them good. We don't know that. We don't know that. I don't think they're going to be as good as people say they
we've
are.
had since George Pickens, bro. I'm saying that.
No. As a group, as a unit,
absolutely.
As a unit, they're the best that I have. Yeah. The best wide receiver room I think I have seen at Georgia.
How can you say that with Ladd McConkey and Brock Bowers in the same wide receiver? And yes, Brock Bowers was a wide receiver. That's for you guys over there.
I say that because of I just named 5 guys, and you named 2 guys.
Okay, I named 2 all-time great Georgia players of the history of Georgia, and you just named 5 players who haven't done a damn thing that are mid.
We're in the offseason, dude.
I know. I'm just being the other guy, the one outside the box, dude.
You got to think Nate Frazier. I mean, you cannot game plan defensively for Georgia because Georgia will be able to do so much more in the passing game than they have been able to do. And Gunnar Stockton can run. You can't you can't game plan for him. And I think that he's going to have a great year. Great year.
No, I do agree with that.
Because
Yeah,
I don't think
like that.
defenses are going to be able to game plan enough to where if they want to attack the deep ball, then we'll just run it. And then when they guard the run, we'll just throw it. I think it's good. It's the most balanced offense that it has been in a while. Anyways, on to number one. We all know who it is. Statistically, the best year as a quarterback in the SEC will be Arch Manning. He will have the best year statistically. Yep.
Laser.
Call me what you want, man. Steve Sarkisian
That's
is
not-
going to make sure that guy is going to have the best year.
Yeah, I was gonna
He's
say
gonna have 4,000
like
minimum.
Yeah, I think so. I definitely think so.
30 touchdowns
Yeah.
minimum. The interceptions,
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
think so.
He could go anywhere between 3 interceptions and 15 interceptions. Like, I don't know what to think about there, but I think as a quarterback,
that's where
he's
my
pretty
head's
damn
at
good.
with Arch Manning.
Yeah. 4,000, 30 touchdowns, probably 5 or 6 on the ground, probably 500 yards on the ground, and then you got anywhere between 3 and 15 interceptions. If he has 3 interceptions, he's winning the Heisman.
Oh, yeah. I agree.
If he goes 4,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, 500 on the ground, and 6 touchdowns on the ground, and 3 picks, and Texas is in the playoffs, and they got a first-round bye, he's a Heisman Trophy winner.
Oh, yeah.
100
I think Texas loses one game, and that is in Athens. I think that's the one game they
That's
lose.
fair. I hope that's the one game they lose.
But did you guys know
God.
that John Mateer had 800 rushing yards last year? 800.
Bro, he's fast as hell, dude. Have you watched the way he throws the football, though? He looks like Justin Herbert.
I haven't watched much on him, but I mean, I had him. Where did I just say? I think he was at like 7 or 8.
Yeah, he was at 7, I think.
Yeah, I had him at 8, dude. I could see him having a better season than Lenore Sellers, bro. I could see him doing it.
I just can't name an Oklahoma wide receiver, though. Like, I can't name one.
That's true. Me neither.
I can name 3 Auburn wide receivers, and I can't name a single Oklahoma receiver.
I can't name.
But
a
we can
single
all
LSU
agree.
receiver.
Look, if Jackson Arnold gets the interception thing figured out this year, Auburn's going to be 9-3, looking at the same deal as South Carolina last year.
He only threw 3 picks last year.
In how many games? What, like 6 games?
I don't know. But he only threw
Hold on.
3.
I was about to say, I think he did get injured.
There's
Or
no
he either
way.
got injured or he got benched.
Yeah, he got benched for that other guy because he was an idiot.
He had 15 all-purpose touchdowns. I think he had 12 passing, 3 rushing, and 3 picks.
Oof, yeah, but a 47.8 QBR. Yikes.
Ooh.
We already say QBR doesn't matter. Grayson Lambert has the all-time high. That does not
No,
matter.
but this is for the whole season. That's fair. I'd rather look at the whole season than one game. You know what I mean? Like if I'm going to base QBR as a stat, I'd rather look at it for the entire year and where they rank within other quarterbacks. And he's like 91st from last year. But again, he didn't play, so who cares? But yeah, I think this has been a good show. We're at the hour and 30 mark. Holy smokes!
Perfect podcast length.
Yeah, for real, dude. Hope you guys enjoyed everything. That was fun.
Yeah,
It was a
no,
good show.
it was good.
Glad we had Christian on. That was literally like a last minute thing that I got pulled together the last 2 days. So we're happy he came on. I'm gonna drop his links in the description and my Instagram and all that good stuff. And everybody go follow him. Go like his stuff on YouTube. Subscribe to him, and also subscribe to our channel. Subscribe to the Go for Two show. Like, comment, all that good stuff. Anything else from you guys?
Just stay
Nothing
tuned.
else
Stay
to
tuned when the season starts.
Yep, we're gonna get stuff rolling out here soon.
The
And
spread lord will give out presents this year.
Yes, lots of presents, lots of stats, lots of stuff, and if you guys are in the market for a home here in the state of Georgia, please reach out to me over here at the Go for Two show and on my Instagram. DM me. I'm a licensed realtor in the state of Georgia, so whatever you guys need, let me know, And thank you guys so much for watching. We have enjoyed it. You guys have a great evening. Take care.
Yes, sir.
Later.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me, James.
Deuces.
Bye,
Next
Oh,
everybody.
yeah, always Austin. Later, Peyton.